Imagine this: your screen pulses with bold headlines, viral trends, and the loudest voices swallowing the silence, drowning out reflection, depth, wisdom. The world rewards speed over sincerity, noise over nuance. You're not just a spectator, you're navigating an information storm that confuses popularity with truth, likes with insight. Now, pause, because beneath that roar is a quiet hunger for meaning, depth, purpose. Over the next estimated video length, I'm going to show you how this glorification of ignorance isn't inevitable but reversible. By the end, you'll discover not only why wisdom matters now more than ever, but how simple, deliberate acts can resurrect it in your life. Ready to reclaim thinking, clarity, and soul? Let's dive in. Defining wisdom differently. True wisdom isn't just facts, degrees, or credentials. It's the humble awareness that we know little, the patience to wrestle with uncertainty, and the devotion to understanding beyond first impressions. From loquacious to thoughtful, contrast the viral meme or sensational headline with the slow turning gears of reflection. When was the last time a calm, reasoned monologue gained traction even though it carried insight? Instead, we honor outrageous takes and quick hits. Attention is currency. Consider how media and social platforms are wired for clicks. Complexity doesn't click, controversy does. Rich, layered ideas require time and attention. Resources our devices are designed to deplete. Story 1: The Fake Genius Podcast. A podcast I discovered that unintentionally dumbed itself down to chase downloads. One episode became an unexpected hit after the host intentionally inserted silly jokes and overshared opinions that lacked research. I spoke with the producer, who confessed, "We optimized for engagement." Insight got sacrificed, but in that moment, listeners lost trust and the show lost its soul. Story 2: A Teacher's Resistance. In a suburban high school, a teacher refused to teach to the test. Instead, she spent class time on slow reading, Socratic questioning, and literature debates. Her students didn't get top test scores, but they wrote essays that stunned college professors because they could think, not regurgitate. A broader insight: these examples show that wisdom isn't a relic, it survives in the choices individuals make to slow down, question, and resist the quick fix. Mental and emotional fragmentation. Without wisdom, we become reaction machines, scrolling, clicking, reacting. Meaning fades, anxiety rises, we crave noise when silence heals. Social consequences: polarization deepens, conspiracies spread, citizens lose trust in institutions and each other because nuance gets replaced by shrill declarations. Cultural stagnation: innovation needs depth, not dopamine. A culture that celebrates sound bites over scholarship is a culture that can't solve its complex problems, be it climate change, social justice, or mental health. 1. Reclaim focus. Choose what you allow in. Unfollow content that flatters your biases. Subscribe to podcasts or essays that challenge you, especially ones that don't trend but teach. 2. Question popularity. Pausing before liking, sharing, or believing something popular is a spiritual act. Ask, why am I drawn to this? What need does it fill? What does it leave out? 3. Embrace stillness. Wisdom whispers, not shouts. Schedule 5-minute thinking breaks. Listen, without judgment, to your fears, your questions. 4. Cultivate intellectual community. Find friends who read, reflect, write, discuss. Invest in depth book clubs, philosopher podcasts, late-night conversations. 5. Live slowly, intentionally. Slow mornings, intentional meals, watching a sunset, savoring a moment not for Instagram but for the soul. These are acts of rebellion against distraction. 6. Led by example. When you choose quiet wisdom over loud applause, you shine a light. Others may follow, not because you're loud, but because they remember the power of stillness. Here's the heart of it: wisdom hasn't died, it's dormant. It waits in the pauses, the books unread, the conversations not rushed, the questions unasked. Resurrection isn't about returning to the past, it's about reclaiming a living, breathing presence in how we think, act, and connect. So here's your invitation for the next week. Pause before reacting. Ask, learn, reflect, share fewer posts, read more essays, thank the quiet thinker you know, because every act of wisdom, no matter how small, resists shallow distraction, and together, these acts rebuild something grand: clarity, empathy, truth. Will you begin? The world needs your voice, not screaming, but listening.